Stand by. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to a Thursday night in the Philadelphia Catholic League. It is quarterfinal night. 32 minutes from the Palestra for the two-seeded Roman Catholic KLites and the number 9-seeded Archbishop Ryan Raiders. Hi, everybody. Bob Long, Matt Paul alongside. Welcome inside the broadcast booth from Holy Family University. So, Matt, we were just down the street about 45 minutes ago as St. Joe's Prep was the first team to punch their ticket to the Palestra with a big win over Archbishop Wood, getting word that Devon Prep is close to, if not already completed the win over West Catholic. So 2 of the 4 games are chalk at this point, and yet there are 2 games on the schedule right now. Newman Goretti at Father Judge in progress, and this one here where you got 2 upstarts that are thinking tonight is not going chalk. How does Joe Zaglinski and how do the Raiders do it?
Well, they just played each other this past Sunday, and he did it for one half. Second half, Coach Chris McNesby from Our Lady of Calvary Parish, same parish as Joe Zaglinski. These guys know each other very well. Coach McNesby made some halftime adjustments. They started to pound the ball inside. They picked up their pressure in the backcourt, and eventually the Cahillites came out on top. But this is a home game for Roman, but there's a lot of red in the stands.
There's a lot of red in the stands. It is nearly a full house. This will continue to fill up as the night continues here. About 3 minutes until we get started here. Let's talk about those matchups. Roman Catholic, the number 2 seed in the Philadelphia Catholic League. It did not come easy for them, though, Matt. They graduated a lot of seniors last year. Cabe Goss, chief among them, hitting the game winner at the Palestra to beat this very same Ryan team. Ryan lost a lot as well, so you have a Philadelphia Catholic League final rematch, but vastly different teams. Walk us through the Cahillites.
The Cahillites are led by Sharif Jackson on the inside, headed to Lafayette College, coached by Mike McGarvey, Philadelphia Interact player for Penn Charter. They have a distinct advantage if they go inside for the Cahillites. They also have Sammy Jackson, who likes to stretch the court on the perimeter, is a three-point threat. But the Cahillites, by and large, do not shoot a lot of three-pointers, nor do the Raiders. So it's going to be a tempo-type game. Expect the Raiders to control the ball in the half court, not rush for shots. But it'll be interesting to see if Mark Anthony Gallagher can lead the team in scoring, as it did the other day in their upset win at LaSalle College High School with 20 points.
20 points, enormous threes at the biggest time, and I think that is going to be the key here tonight. Which team is going to be able to stretch from beyond the three-point line? Or is it going to be a game where Sharif Jackson tries to dominate inside and bully their way to the Palestra? And I think the answer to that question is going to determine the winner. But at the end of the day, you're looking at 2 coaches as well, Matt. Chris McNesby, who's done it at a high level for a very long time, over 2 stints here at Roman Catholic, and then Joe Zaglinski, who came oh so close to that first Catholic League championship in Archbishop Ryan history. 2 of the great tacticians in the Philadelphia Catholic League, 2 teams unafraid to slow it down. You saw that in the final last year, and you saw that on Sunday just this past weekend where Ryan nearly pulled the upset. Now, what will it take for Ryan to hang on a night like tonight where Sunday they could not?
They're going to need to box out. Simple and sure, keep the top leading PCL team off the offensive glass. Sharif Jackson doesn't want to run up and down the court fast. He doesn't want to play fast. He wants to get himself on the box. If the Raiders can push him off of the box when he catches the ball and not let him go to his right shoulder, they're going to have a chance of beating him.
Should be a really good game here today. Thanks for being with us, Bob Long, Matt Paul. We have Frank Gilbert back on the camera here tonight. Did a great job in our first matchup. Stay with us, and we'll be right back.
Show you a better way to spend your state income taxes and get the money to where it's needed to most to the thousands of qualified kids.
What we like about Blocks is they really know where the need is.
This program ensures that their dollars come 100% into these kids for their tuition assistance.
If you are able, Blocks makes the EITC piece go very quickly and very smoothly.
Turn your PA State tax liability into need-based scholarships and receive a 90% tax credit.
Sports fans, welcome to Gentili's. Before the game or after the game, you don't have to travel far anymore. Come out to Gentili's Pizza in Exton for the best cheesesteaks and pizza you'll ever eat in your life, and I guarantee it. Let me take you inside and show you what we're all about. I mean, come on, look at that cheesesteak. Sliced ribeye, sauteed fried onions on a beautiful Karanji seeded roll. Cooper sharp cheese. That, my friends, is a slam dunk. So come to Gentili's for your best cheesesteak that you ever had in your life. And this is the Charlie Pizza, got pecorino romano. And we top it off with a little hot honey. Gentili's Pizza, Exton, PA. Can't wait to see you after the game.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue. Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So,
almost time for tip-off here at Holy Family University, the site of tonight's Philadelphia Catholic League quarterfinal. Blessed here tonight to have Dan Hoban on the public address for Roman Catholic. You will hear him next Wednesday and the following Sunday at the Palestra, as he does grace us every single year. The starters for Roman Catholic. First introduced Sammy Jackson, younger brother of Sharif Jackson, and those two are a big part of what Roman Catholic does. C.J. Miller, number 14, my favorite stat about him is he scored a touchdown in the state championship game this past December and then had a double-double the very next day for the basketball program. His first time back to the basketball floor after football season ended. Tyler Sutton, one of the great sophomores in his class nationally. Sebastian Edwards hit 3. Beg their pardon on that one. 5 3-point shots against LaSalle late in the season. If he can get going from beyond the arc, I think that's the key for Roman Catholic to win a Catholic League championship, and then the bull inside. Sharif Jackson, son of the great Mark Jackson, who is one of the great bigs to come out of the Catholic League in some time. Boy, that matchup last year between Ryan and Roman with Sorber against Jackson was so much fun to watch here, Matt.
Well, it was fun to watch for everybody except for the Raiders at the very end when they had their heart ripped out of their chest. Roman won again. They have the veteran team, veteran experience. Notably, Mark Jackson played with Chris McNesby at Roman. They were 1 year apart, were teammates. Now Mark has entrusted Chris with his 2 sons here at Roman Catholic. Very tough matchup for the Raiders. Again, boxing out, controlling the glass will be critically important. Expect Joe Zaglinski to mix up his defenses early and often.
Archbishop Brian in the black, Roman Catholic in the white. Let's get this thing underway. The starters for Archbishop Brian: Brandon Russell, number 3, leading scorer on the team. Malik Hughes, he will be essential here tonight for the Raiders in terms of being able to body up Sharif Jackson. Matt Johnson starting point guard, Mark Anthony Gallagher starting shooting guard, and Samaj Stone, the do-everything man, for Archbishop Ryan will be key for the Raiders. Let's get it underway. Game 2 of 2 here tonight on Bob Long Sports. Sammy Jackson could not hit it, and Brandon Russell pulls it down.
Early on, both coaches allow their players to get the feel of the game, let them flow before they start making too many calls from the bench.
Russell, tough shot. Got it on the rim and nearly hit it. That was just a hand grenade up towards the rim. But he's going to garner the shooting foul to coming here for Brandon Russell.
And if you're the Raiders, you like that first set, getting the ball inside. Comparatively, Roman settled for a three-pointer off of a pick-and-roll action. Again, if you get the ball inside early, make the referees determine how closely they're going to call the game.
That was Tyler Sutton's first personal foul. Came down with the swipe. Thought the defender was in good guarding position there, and Sutton maybe did not need to come down with that hand. 2 for 2 from the line for Brandon Russell. And when you're looking to create an upset, making free throws feels like a prerequisite. Tyler Sutton missed it. Offensive rebound. And it's a held ball. Archbishop Ryan basketball. Heck of a play by Mark Anthony Gallagher down in the paint.
Mark Anthony, the president of his class, does a very good job of getting on the defensive glass.
And that's one there. If you're Chris McNesby, you tell your big guy, keep that ball high. Don't bring it down to the guards.
Keep it high, big guy. Chin the ball.
That clock is running. That 5-second count, beg your pardon, was being counted off by that official. Bearing in mind that you can pick the ball up, all right, you can have it picked up, you can dribble it, that restarts it, as does another pickup. Something for these student athletes to keep in mind when that clock is running and not have that clock go too fast in their head. Mark Anthony Gallagher a hair short on that three-point attempt.
Went 4 for 9 against LaSalle, at LaSalle.
Archbishop Ryan again getting hands in the passing lane. No foul call. Jackson is hit, and he did put it up. Nice job by the big man. It's the second time, though, a Roman Catholic big gave it up underneath, trying to put the ball on the turf. They're fortunate to come up with this basketball here.
Taking care of the ball is always important in the game of basketball. But once you force a turnover, you need to make sure you take care of the ball and not settle for transition.
Sharif Jackson at 63% from the line this year.
He will shoot it from the perimeter, namely the three-point line, but Coach McNesby prefers it if he gets himself into the paint and gets the easy ones.
Full court pressure from Roman Catholic.
No trap out of that, just a little soft pressure.
Roman Catholic in the man-to-man. This is Malik Hughes. Great spin to the basket. Throw it down. Big finish.
That'll get the Raiders fans into the game. Sharif went for a steal.
Sebastian Edwards could not hit it. Russell. Russell gave it up. How about Sharif Jackson with the on-ball defense? C.J. Miller missed the dunk. Sammy Jackson goes to that opposite shoulder and couldn't hit it. A wild sequence. It'll stay with Archbishop Ryan, and I think that's a easy way to learn that lesson there, Matt. Time to slow it down if you're Joe Zaglinski and the Raiders.
Slow it down and rebound the ball. Samaj Stone had 13 rebounds on Tuesday night versus LaSalle. He got caught on the perimeter watching the play. All 5 have to rebound when you're undersized.
This is Samaj Stone. Quick step to the hoop. Lightning quick with the jab at 6'2", Archbishop Ryan.
Good lefty finish by the lefty. Almost seemed too easy to get to the basket.
Tyler Sutton, not over the front rim. Sammy Jackson will reset the offense. Boy, you can sure see it with this young man, can't you? The ability to get to a spot, but that's a hair forced, Matt, and as was the last one.
He's special. C.J. Miller was open. He could have gone inside to C.J., turn and face for an easier shot. Sophomore Sutton needs to settle in here.
Back cut, Anthony Gallagher. That's Mark Anthony Gallagher, an 8-2 lead. And Chris McNesby immediately goes to C.J. Miller. That's the missed assignment there.
Classic play by Joe Zaglinski and his staff. They seem to get 1 to 2 of these kind of plays, usually after a side out of bounds. Coach McNesby's getting on his players.
I'll say. As we look inside the Archbishop Ryan huddle right now, and that's a little bit of a different discussion there.
A lot of time left in the game. First 4-minute bout goes to Archbishop Ryan, the Raiders. I asked my uncle, who's sitting at home in Palm Coast, Florida, first graduating class of 1970, what the significance is of the Raider. He didn't have an answer.
Say that again?
The significance of the Raider. Why did they come up with the name Raider?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I can tell you why Roman Catholic came with the Kaleites on the opposite side.
I'm hoping you will.
Thomas Gale, founder of the school. Tyler Sutton puts it in for 3.
Sutton with high confidence there. I love that confidence after the previous shot, which wasn't a great shot. Came back and got himself a great shot.
Matt Johnson, too strong. Good defense there by Edwards. Here comes Roman Catholic. So dangerous in transition. It's blocked. Samaj Stone. Stone, Euro step, 10-5.
Manu Ginobili is smiling somewhere.
Archbishop Ryan wants to run with Roman Catholic. Sutton, not that time, a settle. They are running here at Holy Family. Malik Hughes.
Transition buckets, layups. Energy is into the game by the fans.
Ryan is getting what they want. Not normally a team that runs up and down the floor. They stay in this 2-3 zone. They're going to force Roman Catholic to shoot over it. And that was flat off the hands of Sammy Jackson. Good catch by Matt Johnson. Mark Anthony Gallagher, nobody closes out, and that young man can make you pay. It's a 15-5 lead.
El Presidente of his class. He's teaching us how to shoot the ball wide open from the perimeter. Credit his teammate for the assist.
That was Matt Johnson on the assist. Sutton. Now, beg your pardon, that's Sebastian Edwards. They're fronting Sharif Jackson. Get the ball to the center of the zone. Sometimes, though, tough to defensive rebound out of the zone. Roman Catholic able to come up with the second chance points.
I like it. After Edwards missed his first shot, comes right back and drives the ball to the basket. Again, the advantage is to Cahillites if they drive the ball and get themselves to the free throw line.
Johnson. Another kick for Gallagher. It's blocked. Good kick. Extra one. Hughes. Contact. They wave it off. Far side official waves off the end one for Malik Hughes. We get one more look here. I could see that one going either way. Brandon Russell. That was good defense there by Edwards. Got his hand in there as Russell rose. 2-3 zone. Sammy Jackson's got to shoot him out of it, and he does right there.
Confident shooter. Thought about the first one, passed it, got it back, feet set, knocked it down.
Let's have a game here, folks. Tyler Sutton comes up with it. 3-on-3. And Ryan takes a foul. You get him going downhill, sometimes taking a foul is not the worst thing.
especially early on. Fouls are not an issue. Sutton is really crafty in the open court.
And we talked about it with Aaron Hart on our last broadcast, where you get to late game or late quarter situations in either the first or third quarter, you know that everything resets going into the next quarter. So you can take fouls at the end of each 8-minute frame. Sebastian Edwards came into a LaSalle game on the 3rd of February, very late in the season, shooting 28%. Hit 5 that night, and he's been really good since. Russell couldn't hit it. He's way behind the play. Sammy Jackson glides to the hole. We're tied, just like that.
Roman never seems to be out of control. They want to run, they run. They want to slow it up, they do it.
10-0 run for Roman Catholic. Hughes pulls up off the heel. And I know he can hit that shot. But if you're looking to hold for one, a late quarter situation, I don't know if that's the look. That one won't go at the horn. Again, I'd still like to see Roman Catholic get a better shot than that late in the quarter, Matt.
Yeah, going back to Sammy Jackson is not a bad idea when he scores the last 5 points for the Cahillites. Tell me more again about the Thomas Cahill.
Thomas Cahill, yes, long time, late founder of Roman Catholic High School. I don't know if they didn't know what to tell them or what to call them, but they ended up calling themselves the Cahillites, which are basically the followers of Thomas E. Cahill. What, late 1800s?
I'll buy it. Whereas Archbishop Ryan was founded in 1966 with the first graduating class, 1970.
I like it. This portion of today's game is brought to you by E&M Insurance, an independent local insurance agency serving the area's business and personal insurance needs. Owned and operated by Chris Marr, servicing the Delaware Valley's insurance needs since 1988. Built on the principles of providing superior customer service and quality insurance solutions for their customers. Visit them at eandminsurance.com or call 215-368-9556.
Even Steven here going into the second quarter.
Other games going final, one other game in progress. Half of the Palestra field is set. Will it go chalk here tonight? Tyler Sutton, too strong. Good kick out. Extra one for Sammy Jackson. That one's no good. Tyler Sutton, he's doing the dirty work, and he's going to pirouette himself to 2.
The number 23rd ranked sophomore in the nation. 2 O boards. Got himself a bucket after Sammy Jackson missed 3. The Cahillites playing very well right now.
Well, and that's not the recipe for Archbishop Ryan. They're going to have to win the 50-50 balls tonight for an upset. Terrific footwork, everything but the finish for Malik Hughes. Slow to get up, he's back behind the play. It's 5-on-4 for Roman Catholic, and they'll get a great look out of it. I love that look there from Sebastian Edwards. You'll take that look 10 times out of 10 the way he's shooting it. And against that zone, when it's 5-on-4, move that ball around the perimeter, Matt. Get those puppies organized and let it fly.
Full court pressure, nobody in the backcourt for the Cahillites. Freshman into the game, Dwayne Ruffin Jr.
Tough place to inbound that ball. Sebastian Edwards. And a bad giveaway there. So the game getting a hair choppy here early in the second quarter. 17-15 Roman Catholic. By the way, look at our officials here tonight. Darryl Sterling, Ben Moore, and Chris Smith. Malik Hughes. Samaj Stone. Yep, look weak side. Malik Hughes. It's a beautiful play by Samaj Stone to get to that pivot foot, play off 2 feet, and get to the weak side block.
Credit Hughes for finishing strong against the big fella. Sharif Jackson held his own, but Hughes powered through for the bucket.
Corner three, won't go. Good tip there by Sharif Jackson. Give it right back to the big man and let him go to work.
Loves getting over that right shoulder. Gets better buckets with his left hand than he does his right hand.
Yeah, they let him play on that side of the floor. Looked like some contact there, and Samaj Stone lost the basketball out of bounds.
Be quick, but don't hurry. John Wood.
Be quick, but don't hurry.
Coach McNesby teaching what he used to do in 1994. Get the left foot down first. Brandon Russell's getting ready to get himself into the offensive part of the game.
Yeah, he had a quiet night against LaSalle.
Just 5 points.
But facilitated things enough, and they won the game. Dribble drive. There's Samaj Stone. I love the unselfishness from Matt Johnson as well on the assist.
He's going to need to do that throughout the game, and defensive rebound. Coach Zaglinski was all over him for not rebounding on the last play.
A teardrop from Dwayne Ruffin. 21-19, Tigers on the scoreboard. Of course, is the Tigers of Holy Family. Roman Catholic, the home team here tonight. So when you see Tigers, that's Roman Catholic. When you see visitor, that is Archbishop Bryan on the score bug on our left. Sharif Jackson picks up his first personal foul. He'll take a seat, as will Sebastian Edwards. Russell, skip pass. And it is going to be Roman Catholic basketball. The 6'6" length of C.J. Miller, the difference. And perhaps that pass, just not quite with enough efficacy there, Matt.
The pressure started on the inbounds, forced a long pass cross court, forced Mark Anthony Gallagher to speed himself up. He usually only takes 1 to 2 dribbles.
Sutton just bobbing and weaving his way to the foul line. That's a thing of beauty.
They call that the snake dribble, off the pick and roll, back to the ball side where the ball came from.
That's a dangerous pass. Sutton is there. This is where Roman Catholic can get dangerous. What a pass. Oh, you gotta hit that one. You gotta hit that one for your teammate if you're Samaj Robinson. It's an all-world assist for Tyler Sutton. Because now it's on the highlight reel.
And a corner three. The Raiders need to settle in here. Brandon Russell needs to just take care of the ball. Senior guard.
How about a 21-4 run for Roman Catholic since it was 15-5 Archbishop Bryan? Hughes thought he was pulled from behind. He'll pull up. And with nobody rebounding for Archbishop Bryan, that is a low percentage look from the foul line. Just like on Sunday, in this very venue, Archbishop Bryan had a double-digit lead. Roman Catholic has carved into it much quicker. Now Archbishop Bryan needs to respond. That is a healthy hoist from Seth Gay. That's one where we say not in the flow of the offense, Matt Paul.
Coach Zaglinski's telling his guard to slow down, like when you come to a yellow light.
And remember, we are playing from the, we'll call it the less opaque gray line here.
It's hard to see.
The black line is the college line. Sammy Jackson, tough shot, and he's fouled.
I love that action by getting the ball simply inside the Sammy Jackson, Division I recruit that has a lot of coaches wanting him to join their program in 18 months.
Missed the first.
Syracuse, to name one of the schools.
I'll tell you just how rare that is. Sammy Jackson, 86% on the line for the whole year. And it's Archbishop Ryan basketball. He misses 2 foul shots. And we're going to bring this one back to live action here. They got numbers. 2-on-2. Hughes losing the shoe. There was the defender, C.J. Miller. Malik Hughes playing bully ball here tonight.
I've never lost a shoe in my life, but I see it often, Bob. I don't know if you've lost shoes going to work or...
You mean misplaced or like they fall off your foot?
Falling off.
Yeah, not often. Sutton, good kick. Robinson, give it to him. A shooter's roll.
Every bit of the rim, and it went in.
Brandon Russell, strong drive. Follows, give him an offensive rebound and 2 points.
Good contest by Sebastian Edwards there after Jackson tried to take an offensive foul. He's got to get his hands high instead of protecting himself. Hands high.
Good slip to the hole. Sammy Jackson, no. C.J. Miller dribbled it off his foot. Oh, we got a kick. We're going to take another look at this one. The Archbishop Ryan faithful don't like it. It's got to be a kicking motion versus just dribbling it off somebody's foot. And it was Seth Gay. Good call there. Did not see that in live time. Edwards. Samaj Robinson. C.J. Miller a little out of control. That one's not close.
Coach McNesby will live and die with that shot. Big-time players are going to make big-time shots. He's got to continue to trust them.
Seth Gay. They call him down the road at Academy Road the microwave man. He can heat up quick.
Tough move, tough finish.
That's a really tough shot for Tyler Sutton. And sometimes you got to just tip your cap. Tyler Sutton staring down Malik Hughes all the way down the floor as we take a timeout with 1:07 to play here in the half. Let's look inside that Roman Catholic huddle. That's Chris McNesby having a discussion with his assistants. And we'll also take this opportunity to tell you about our friends at the Great American Pub. Thanks to Chuck Hempshire and his family for supporting our broadcast and for running a terrific restaurant. 3 locations, Conshohocken, Wayne, and Phoenixville. Also want to thank Andrew Buda Rakowski and the Riley Rakowski Funeral Home, an enthusiastic supporter of Bob Long Sports. Mishak Physical Therapy and Associates. Visit them at mishakpt.com. Concussion treatment, sports injury treatment, and much more. And then Ballard Dermatology, Dr. Mary Griffin. Visit them at balladdermatology.com, 610-664-3300, helping you to love your skin. Healthy skin starts here.
Tyler Sutton, a transfer to Roman from the George School, and Malik Hughes, a transfer to Archbishop Ryan from Roman Catholic.
Playing his former team.
The high school transfer portal.
I tell you what, we'll leave that one right there, Matt Paul. Yes, the George School. Saw them play in the Friends School League Championship. First undefeated season in program history, lost in the final to a talented Academy of the New Church team.
Pressure makes diamonds, and it busts pipes. That half-court pressure, just over half-court pressure, is forcing the Raiders to speed themselves up. Throwing across court is never a good idea.
Foul was not in the act of shooting for Sutton, just the second team foul against Archbishop Ryan. 6-point lead for Roman Catholic. How do they play this in the final minute of the quarter? Seth Gay defends all the way out at the logo. Sutton with the basketball. It's on the end of his hand like a yo-yo. Tyler Sutton spins, fires, and couldn't hit it. Easy there for Archbishop Ryan. Wild shot, thought he was hammered. I thought he was hammered there by Sammy Jackson. But we play on. Yeah, that hand came down right on the head of Samaj Stone. That backside official, though, we talked about open and closed windows. That's a closed window there, Matt. Better door than a window, as my grandfather would say. And at the end of the half, Ryan, with a really good defensive possession, Chris McNesby, nonplussed. Didn't love that. And may have something to say to the officiating crew. He's going to have to wait his turn, though, as Joe Zaglinski is going to get his licks in first. This conversation continues. It's not the first time we saw non-players and opposite sides go at it a little bit. We had quite the scene at St. Joe's Prep. Check out the end of that broadcast as our buddies John Moscow and Jason Harrigan got into it post-game.
I think they were just wondering where they were going to go have a meal after the game.
That's true.
They were trying to figure out if they were going to stay local or go up the road, and I think it was back and forth there for a good 6-7 minutes. One note here, the Roman Catholic cheerleaders. Now, Roman's all boys, as we all know, but the Caholite cheerleaders are students from the Little Flower School at 10th and Lycoming. Proud tradition at Little Flower. In this hour, show your power. Was a prayer I learned many years ago from Sister Ann Small in 7th grade at St. Martin of Tours.
I love it. Well, you think about those stories for when we come back after the break here. You're watching Philadelphia Catholic League playoffs on Bob Long Sports. Hey, if you haven't yet, you're going to have about 10 minutes here. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Doesn't sign you up for anything. All it does is help us. And we want to keep doing what we're doing here, so that's very helpful to us. If you would, like the video and subscribe to the channel, Bob Long Sports. We'll be right back.
Show you a better way to spend your state income taxes and get the money to where it's needed to most to the thousands of qualified kids.
What we like about Blocks is they really know where the need is.
This program ensures that their dollars come 100% into these kids for their tuition assistance.
If you are able, Blocks makes the EITC piece go very quickly and very smoothly.
Turn your PA State tax liability into need-based scholarships and receive a 90% tax credit.
Sports fans, welcome to Gentili's. Before the game or after the game, you don't have to travel far anymore. Come out to Gentili's Pizza in Exton for the best cheesesteaks and pizza you'll ever eat in your life, and I guarantee it. Let me take you inside and show you what we're all about. I mean, come on, look at that cheesesteak. Sliced ribeye, sauteed fried onions on a beautiful Karanji seeded roll. Cooper sharp cheese. That, my friends, is a slam dunk. So come to Gentili's for your best cheesesteak that you ever had in your life. And this is the Charlie Pizza. Got Pecorino Romano. And we top it off with a little hot honey. Gentili's Pizza, Exton, PA. Can't wait to see you after the game.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue. Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dumpy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dumpyford.com.
Come experience the Dumpy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interest? Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years. Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Meet David and Kay May, a dynamic team with a shared mission to help you turn your real estate dreams into reality. What sets them apart? Their wealth of experience, combined with a genuine passion for guiding clients every step of the way. They believe everyone deserves personalized attention, fair treatment, and expert advice throughout the process, ensuring your journey is smooth and successful. David and Kay may go above and beyond to meet your needs, ensuring expectations are not just met, but exceeded. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or a seasoned investor, their personalized approach and commitment to service make every real estate journey smooth and rewarding. Contact them today to get started on your next real estate adventure.
When your car needs repairs and you can't wait, Meineke can help. With life's crazy schedule between work and family, you'll love Meineke's same-day service. Call today and Meineke will get your car in today. For new brakes, exhaust repairs, or your check engine light comes on, trust Meineke to do the job right. And families have been coming to Meineke for years because Meineke works on any make or model vehicle. Same-day service, value, and trust. Meineke, doing car care right.
Be a part of the biggest live events. The must-see matches.
He's gone! Welcome back, folks. Appreciate everybody being with us here today. Halftime between Roman Catholic and Archbishop Ryan, 31-25. And it's been a heck of a game thus far. Bob Long, Matt Paul here. So thrilled that you are alongside us here today. Frank Gilbert is with us on the camera. Matt, let's bring you now inside the broadcast booth to certainly talk about the game and how they got to this point, but we got something very, very important to talk to you about and really want to showcase here. So Tom Hockey Puck McKenna, longtime assistant since the 80s for Roman Catholic, helped Dennis Seddon, Chris McNesby, Matt Griffin, and then Chris McNesby again, unfortunately passed away. And anybody that knows anything about basketball in Philadelphia came across Huck. And I do want to highlight here, look at this jersey and look at this patch as we bring it nice and tight. In memory of Tom McKenna, Hockey Puck. And they've been wearing this all year. The AD, Brian Haas, went all the way up to the PIAA to make sure that this was going to be allowed. And Matt, it's a terrific tribute to a great man who loved basketball like no other. And he's with this team throughout the entirety of its run here this year.
He's a special man. I got to know him during my playing days in the early 90s. He loved Roman. That was his favorite school. He loved being around the winning program. He loved the kids. The coaches loved him. And I saw him not that long ago. I used to work Speedy Morris camp with him, and he was always a Speedy guy. I think that's where his first connection to Roman was, when Speedy was the head coach at Roman. And he was just always around. You know, every big game, Hawk was there, and he remembered you. He would remember stories. He loved doing the stats. He knew how important he was to the team. And he was a detail-oriented guy. I used to listen to him on Mark Narducci radio on Saturday mornings. He would call in, Tom from the Northeast. And my father would say, that's the same guy who follows Roman, Tom from the Northeast. So you could tell by his voice. But just a heck of a guy who loved the game and loved people. And he's sorely missed here by the basketball community.
He is, and the outpouring of support that he got in the offseason when he did pass tells you all you need to know. So we appreciate the crew from Roman Catholic giving us that jersey so that we could show to you. Designed by Gene Burns, class of 1981 from Roman Catholic. Matt, as we transition to basketball, just as Hockey Puck would want us to, walk us through some of the key stats in the first half.
The key stats are Roman's getting a lot more shots than Ryan. They're turning them over. The full court press has put a lot of pressure on them. They had all five guys, Roman had all five guys in the front court applying pressure to the Raiders. The Raiders are going to need to take care of the ball and make sure they get the ball inside. Malik Hughes had 8 points to lead the Raiders.
Early three won't go.
Brandon Russell's got to get himself going. Just 4 points in the first half.
That one won't go. We apologize for a little bit of fuzziness there. Hopefully we are back. 7:35 to play, third quarter.
Fouls on Matt Johnson. Russell's averaging close to 14 points a game and needs to be a scoring threat for the Raiders.
Good hands in the passing lane there by Malik Hughes. Has to start on the defensive end for Archbishop Ryan to make a comeback. Archbishop Ryan in the black, Roman Catholic in the home whites. That's a dangerous pass. Saved inbounds by Tyler Sutton. That's just not going to work for a team looking to play chase against a very talented Roman Catholic team.
You can't score if you don't get shots.
Skip pass. Edwards in and out. Offensive rebound, and Miller is fouled. They'll send Miller, the 50% foul shooter, to the line for two.
Only 3 rebounders there for the Raiders, 2 of which are under 6 feet. Not going to cut it against Roman's bigs.
Miller doesn't get to the line much, less than 20 attempts on the year.
On Sunday, they were leaving him open early in the game until he started knocking down some shots.
1 of 2. Living up to the percentage there, Matt. 7-point lead. And so for everything that has gone wrong for Archbishop Ryan since it was 15-5 Raiders, they are still right here. If they can start to put together possession after possession, that's got to be a tough shot for Mark Anthony Gallagher.
The only player in the Catholic League that has his middle name into the call. Got to give him credit, the senior who was on the JV team last year for the Raiders. Making the most of his time in the spotlight.
Sebastian Edwards is blocked. A lot of contact. Give him an offensive rebound and 2 points. Sharif Jackson.
If he gets that close to the rim, he's a tough cover, even if he misses it.
Samaj Stone takes that high ball screen. Malik Hughes loves to go off the bounce. There's the double team. Great slip to the hole by Matt Johnson.
Credit Hughes for staying under control when the double team came. He spun, felt the double team, picked up his dribble, and found the open man.
And that's just concept-based there, Matt. That's not a drawn-up play. That's just understanding position, a little bit of chemistry amongst two longtime teammates. Miller, no. Sharif Jackson is hit. Brandon Russell picks up the foul. He doesn't like the call, but I don't think there's much of an argument there. That's Sharif Jackson sealing with position. And then Brandon Russell ends up on his back. You come down over the top. There's no choice for the official there but to make that call.
Coach Zaglinski is imploring his players, all five, to get onto the glass. They got to keep these Roman Cahill lights off the glass.
And yet, Matt, here we sit halfway through the third quarter. It's a 5-point game.
And here comes the pressure. At some point here, they're going to run and jump.
Dangerous. Threw it away again. Sharif Jackson, what a find. Tyler Sutton.
Credit the assist to the Sharif Jackson.
Russell now turns up floor. Off the knee. It's going the other way. Turnovers on turnovers on turnovers for Archbishop Ryan.
Slow down, get yourself into your half-court set. It worked the last 2 times by getting easy shots. Slow down, Archbishop Ryan.
Roman Catholic can start to put some distance. What I just said was 5 points is now 8. Can Sutton make it 11? Not with that roll. Archbishop Ryan basketball, but Matt, fortunately so. That was nearly another turnover.
And here comes the full court pressure. Somebody's got to go long into the front court.
Good hands there by Sebastian Edwards. Russell's asking for help.
He's given up maybe a half an inch to Russell with his long arms. Sebastian Edwards is causing havoc.
That is off the knee of Russell. It's going the other way. Joe Zaglinski has to think about a timeout at some point here. This is just out of sorts for Archbishop Ryan.
Got to step to the ball, show your hands, possess the ball first before you make your play.
Bear in mind, Roman Catholic has a lot to play for beyond the Palestra, although they'll tell you that is the one and ultimate goal. But with Father Judge leading at last check, now that's going to be a turnover the other way. We're going to see a shot at some point here, Matt, I promise you.
Coach McNesby saying, why so many dribbles? Move the ball.
But with Father Judge in the lead right now and St. Joe's Prep already to the Palestra, they need to win this game, Matt, to keep their season alive beyond the Palestra and beyond the Philadelphia Catholic League. And we got a foul called there. Trip. Incidental, I think, but not in a legal guarding position with that knee out. Chris McNesby doesn't like the call. And Russell will shoot 2 at the line, I think. Yes, they're giving him the act of shooting. Archbishop Ryan's road is very simple. They need to win the Catholic League to make the 6A playoffs at the PIAA level. The PIAA has hoisted a lot of teams due to success formula to the 6A level. That process will continue. That's a bar conversation, Matt, not a broadcast conversation. A lot of people around here have opinions.
As they should. Little set piece coming up here for the Caholites.
6-point game. Here's Sutton. He has been good here tonight. Good high-low action. C.J. Miller darts to the hoop.
It's too easy to get him the ball at the elbow area.
That's how you beat the zone. Russell. Russell to the hoop. Contact. Oh, an offensive foul is called. Joe Zaglinski with a shuttle run to the baseline. I can't blame him one bit. I don't think that's close. No way. No way on that one. And that's a big call. It's an 8-point game. He's going to the line to cut it to 5. Instead, Russell gets another personal foul. There is no way that Sharif Jackson has 2 feet on the ground facing the defender as he goes into his plant and shooting motion. And we can slow it down again for you here, folks. We're looking for 2 feet on the ground facing the defender before he goes up, and that is just not the case. Biggest call of the game thus far.
That's a tough call.
And again, it's before the plant, right? So you're not even counting down to whether Sharif Jackson was there before he leaves the floor. That's a college rule. That's why you see a lot more blocks in college than in high school. It's before the plant foot as he goes into a shooting motion. That's at minimum a half second off.
Brandon Russell's trying to plead his case, but the judge has already ruled. See how this affects the momentum here for the Raiders. Still 8-point game. Sharif leads his team taking offensive fouls. Future Leopard.
C.J. Miller, he darted to the hole the last time. This time he finds Sammy Jackson. C.J. Miller got the offensive rebound. It's saved in bounds. What a play by Samaj Stone.
Throw it to the corner.
What a play. Edwards, Sutton, got it. A bit frenetic here for Archbishop Ryan. 10-point game. They got numbers. Johnson, great dish. But he missed it. Sharif Jackson, Sebastian Edwards, great kick out. C.J. Miller. When you get involved on the glass, sometimes the rest of the game comes to you. They give him a long 2.
Critical point in the game here for the Raiders.
And we got a foul called against Roman Catholic.
Picking up your dribble on the sideline. Now he has 2 players on him with the sideline as the 3rd defender. Got to step through, find the open man.
We know that call was game-changing on the other end, but we can't let Archbishop Ryan off the hook that easily, Matt. They're doing some of this to themselves, turning the ball over, not getting the shots that they normally get, and you give credit to Roman Catholic on that as well. But they need to get it going and play their type of basketball right now, like that. It just didn't fall from Mark Anthony Gallagher. Roman on the other side, they sense blood in the water. They're getting really good looks, and it was halfway down.
Expect the Raiders to call timeout here.
Malik Hughes going against his former teammate, spins. Great job recognizing that, Sebastian Edwards. Playing off 2 feet. Don't know if you needed that fading away, but I'm glad he didn't blow through the defender. And this time Tyler Sutton fades away. That's a smart young man right there. Because I don't care how set he is. That one right there is a block. That time down the floor after what happened 3 possessions ago.
Could have reached, could have turned into a and one opportunity for a 3-point play. Coach Zaglinski with the timeout after the make. Might they come out with some full court pressure? It's just been too easy for Roman to score the ball. Even the shots that they're missing are wide open looks for Roman.
Great venue here. Holy Family University. Roman Catholic plays a lot of their games here. Of course, the home venue for Roman Catholic is what a terrific place. A unique venue. It's just not built for the 21st century game. Extends to about the wing from a width standpoint. Three-point line does not go to the corner. So they'll play, what, a couple games there a year? We had the opportunity to go there twice in the last 8 or so years when LaSalle played at Roman Catholic. But Holy Family has been a terrific host for the boys at Broad and Vine.
And even the walls, you know, you're close to running into the wall almost every time. There's windows, you know, where the walls are.
Yep. Hey, you don't want to fall 2 stories.
Not me. But a classic of a gym. Absolute classisic.
There are terrific gyms in the Catholic League. I always talk about West Catholic and how much I enjoy broadcasting there. Bonner Prendergast, I think you called it the toughest gym in the Catholic League.
Drexel Hill, Havertown, Delco. They show out for their teams.
That one won't go from the corner. Good check out that time from Russell. Leads the break. Glides through. And Sammy Jackson came up with it. Sammy Jackson just carving his way through. Sharif Jackson got it. You see him clear space there with that off arm. A nice job to do that. Too strong. We got a late whistle. Comes from the baseline. Argue the merits of it if you want in terms of going straight up. That's what Roman Catholic is doing. Aaron Hart told us about that several broadcasts ago. No soft and ones. So if it feels like that was waiting to see if that went in or not, it probably was, and that's not necessarily the wrong decision in a vacuum. Now you can argue the verticality side, if you will, as well.
Referee Darrell Armstrong said he brought his hands down.
It's our buddy Darrell Sterling.
Darrell Sterling. Armstrong. I sometimes get these names mixed up. He said he brought his arms down, which happened at the end of the play. The referees let the play develop and call what they see is what they're trained to do.
One of the very best in the Catholic League, multiple Palestra appearances, multiple championship games, and hopefully we'll see him next week.
And Malik Hughes adding points to the board, necessary points. That play last time by Sharif Jackson, who's now on the bench, reminded me of his old man. Clearing space. Too easy.
Tyler Sutton, too easy. I tell you, if you're going to guard him on the ball at the logo, you're going to have some help. Brandon Russell, offensive rebound and 2.
You got to get to the glass, especially when you're down. Keep it a 10-point game.
45 seconds left. Roman Catholic. Will they hold for one? I don't think so. Robinson knocks it down. Big bucket late in the third.
Big bucket is right. A corner 3 for the Cahillites.
Russell couldn't get the answer. No ball movement, nobody rebounding, and Roman Catholic with a chance to hold for the last shot. Really start to put some distance here.
Brandon Russell, Malik Hughes, and Samaj Stone played every minute of Tuesday night's game.
5 seconds left. Russell to the hoop, contact, and he'll shoot 2. Big foul shots coming for him here. Chance to cut it to 11.
That's where, as a coach, you want your point guard to settle your team. Make sure of every pass until you get the shot that you want. You can't get a turnover there late in the quarter. It gives the Raiders free throws, a foul on your team, and some momentum.
Got them both. 4 seconds left. You got to stop the basketball. He let that go really early. And Chris McNesby out onto the floor. Didn't like that, and I don't disagree. There was more he could have done there.
It's fun to sit behind the benches here as a non-coach.
Not a particularly jocular conversation.
Emotional game this is. It's an emotional game. The Cahillites are still much in charge of the game. Their guard player needs to settle down and not take bad shots. Even the three-point shots at this point, when they can get themselves to the basket, they're getting to the basket at will. The help defense just isn't there for the Raiders.
8 minutes to go here in this one. Roman, I don't know if you want to call it the unenviable position, but of being the last team playing, and I believe it's all chalk at this point. Need to get a final on Father Judge and Newman Goretti.
Now, Bob, when you say all chalk, are we talking billiards?
I'm talking chalk. Like, I'm
classroom
talking
erasers.
Chalk. You know what? Brian, our buddy Brian, asked me the same question. What does chalk mean? I thought everyone knew what chalk meant.
Horse racing? What are we talking?
Chalk means expected results. Higher seeds win.
Okay.
So tonight it has gone chalk. Father Judge 91, Newman Goretti 77. Of course, we broadcast the game at St. Joe's Prep earlier tonight. Archbishop Wood put up a good fight, but at the end of the day, St. Joe's Prep won the contest going away.
And Sharif Jackson back in the game. They're going to run some clock, classic Northern Division. Even though Roman was in the Southern Division in the old days.
Dribble drive, great kick. Sammy Jackson, and they've all been a little bit flat here tonight, but it really doesn't matter because Sharif Jackson is dominating the boards.
O-board putback with a left hand.
Got a foul whistle here in the middle of the floor. So when I say unenviable, by the way, I'm saying because most years somebody trips up in the top four. Roman Catholic, the last team that could do that. Doesn't appear that way right now, but 7 minutes, 19 seconds is a long time. 13 points is a thinner margin than it seems at times. But if it does go the way of Roman Catholic, Matt Paul, this might be the year it happens. The 5 seed Newman Goretti was 7-6 on the year, and it felt like the top 4 teams have really separated themselves this year.
Father Judge, in my opinion, has the most depth out of any of the programs. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Crusaders in the final game. Question is, who are they going to play?
Well, I tell you, we talked about it at St. Joe's Prep. A Judge win in a 1-4 matchup over St. Joe's Prep, and if Roman Catholic advances here today, and if they were to beat Devon Prep in a semifinal, that would be the 3rd consecutive gutting, excruciating way to lose and miss the state playoffs for St. Joe's Prep. So they have everything to play for, as quite frankly does Roman Catholic. And Father Judge felt like this was their year. It was excruciating for the Crusaders last year as well. They actually beat Archbishop Wood, the other 6A team, in the quarterfinal. It wasn't enough points based upon how the point system works here in the Catholic League to jump Archbishop Wood at that point. They needed to win one more at the Palestra, so everything to play for. Stone, good footwork, but Roman Catholic, they've been in the passing lane all night, Matt.
The jump and pass, I never liked as a coach or as a player. We were never allowed to jump and pass the ball. They would call that CYO passing. So we would jump, stop, pivot, bounce pass.
Malik Hughes a little wildly off the glass.
I got numbers here.
Sammy Jackson, C.J. Miller. 17-point lead, it's the largest of the night. Another giveaway. Sharif Jackson, Samaj Robinson, and Sharif Jackson again. He has been unstoppable on the window tonight.
Running the floor. I'm trying to think of what kind of NBA guard that he would most emulate at his size.
Who would be an NBA? Who would be a guard?
That Sharif, you think of bringing the ball down the court.
Oh, a point forward type of guy, huh? Nikola Jokic?
I'll go with that.
I mean, he hit 2 threes in the Palestra last year.
Oh, Cat Towns.
Towns.
Kareem Towns. He looks like him,
Kareem.
actually.
You're the best, man.
Yeah.
What can I say? You are the best. Oh, my goodness. Kareem Towns. I'll be watching out for him.
Yeah. Kareem, he played for LaSalle Explorers.
Oh, my goodness.
With Paul Burke. Carl Anthony.
Carl Anthony.
There's Mark Anthony.
How about Mark Anthony?
What song is he singing?
Oh, man. Matt Paul, ladies and gentlemen. Timeout on the floor, 5:50 to play. You can't make this up. If you're not following us on Bob Long Sports, please do so. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. Just helps us. Doesn't sign you up for anything. You also be able to know when we're going live next. It's been a terrific season to this point, and we're looking forward to the continued run in the postseason. 57-42, Roman Catholic, they're in control. But an important next couple of possessions here, Matt. This can go one way or the other. But Roman Catholic, this is where they have the penchant for starting to put the ball in their pocket, getting some deliberate possessions, getting the defense to come out high, and then finding easy buckets on back cuts.
Ryan doesn't press a whole lot. We'll see if this works, and
well,
it does.
It worked there. Seth Gay lets it fly.
They needed that one.
And it stays here. He is unabashed. Seth Gay, unabashed about letting it fly.
Look for Mark Anthony to go from one corner to the other.
Brandon Russell. Good cut. Malik Hughes, throw it down.
And inject some energy into the fans from Archbishop Ryan.
And they got another steal. Brandon Russell would be a big three. Russell and Hughes, 11-point game. What do we say? Next 30 seconds was important. It's been won and then some by Archbishop Ryan.
He's got to contain here. Too many guys on the ball.
It's a good job by Roman Catholic. Sutton. Sutton hits the go switch. Too strong. And that is last touched by Roman Catholic. So we got a ball game. Timeout, Chris McNesby. A coach of his caliber is not going to let this go for too long, Matt. A good timeout.
What I'm always impressed with Roman is their players never get too high. They never get too low. It's almost like this is a business trip for them. It's not over. Continue to just play through their mistakes. They have 2 mistakes there. They gave up easy layup, put back, and yet, they're still up 11 points. They've been here before. They've played from behind before. Now they just have to close out the game with 4:50 left.
3 of the 4 Palestra seats are filled. Who will fill that last musical chair here tonight? Could it be Roman Catholic? And as we re-examine the word chalk, will we go chalk here tonight across the Catholic League? And if so, it would be number 1, St. Joe's Prep versus number 4, Father Judge. I don't know. Does that sound like a good game to you?
I'll be watching. One way or the other, I'll be watching that game at the Palestra, 33rd and Locust. Sorry.
There you go.
I said 33rd and Chestnut earlier, but 33rd and Locust. I should know.
And then Devon Prep, reigning 3A state champs. They were a win away from being the number 1 overall seed in the Catholic League. What a job Jason Fisher did. Second in Coach of the Year voting behind Jason Harrigan.
This team plays hard. They play smart. They defend and rebound. Very fundamental.
And I think that one was touched last. That's a good call there. The officials communicated. Closed window right for the baseline official. Far side official able to come in and make the right call. That ticks, I think, on Sharif Jackson going out of bounds. Foul called against Sharif Jackson.
Was giving Malik a little hug there.
Tyler Sutton is just so quick. Foul called. Who does it go against? It goes against Gallagher. What a play by Tyler Sutton. And he is playing one of his best games as a high school player at this point. Controlling multiple aspects of the game. Under control. In a way that I don't think we saw when we saw him play against Father Judge earlier in the year.
It's like he's matured in the last 3 weeks.
Sharif Jackson and Malik Hughes just had no chance. Sharif Jackson, Matt, you love this as a coach, doing the work off ball and ahead of time. By the time he catches it that deep, heading towards that strong right shoulder and left hand, it's way too late.
Again, as a big guy, you want to get to the free throw line. If you can make free throws, you want to get to the free throw line. Give yourself a breather. One of two.
Mark Anthony Gallagher thought he walked with it. Everything but the finish. Loose ball picked up by Edwards. It's a heck of a job by Roman Catholic breaking that pressure.
Composed.
Space the floor. And they do just that. What a veteran team. Sharif Jackson wave off the shot.
Carl Anthony Towns. That's Franklin Gilbert with that suggestion there. I think that's a good one.
I do too.
Likes to shoot the perimeter, Jay. Can beat you crafty inside. Finish with the left hand. Great post-game interview.
Yeah, we can get it this time. I don't think these guys will be nose to nose, these two coaches, huh? Seth Gay, not that time. Archbishop Ryan basketball. We also don't need to get to a third game. I don't know, could you handle a third game here tonight, Matt Paul?
All day long.
Yeah, head back to Delco or something.
Let's go to Monsignor Bonner to see who's playing there.
Yes, sir.
This is the Archdiocesan CYO tournament this weekend.
Is that right?
Maybe we can call a couple games there on Saturday.
My wife will be thrilled. Roman Catholic coming back the other way. Miller in control. Those long strides like a gazelle on his way to the bucket.
6'6".
It's a good move there by Brandon Russell.
Tough.
Timeout. Real solid move there by Brandon Russell. Well, we're the last game going here tonight. I feel like those 9:57 starts on the East Coast in the NCAA tournament where the first game goes long and it ends up going live at 10:37. Here we are. Catholic League fans all migrate here. Welcome. This is Bob Long Sports. He's Matt Paul. I'm Bob Long. Frank Gilbert with us here today.
We're 1.2 miles from Archbishop Ryan, and yet this is a home game for Roman. A great crowd here for both teams. The Roman fans always show out. Ryan's getting used to this type of playoff action. Joe has done a great job continuing the tradition of what is Ryan basketball. It's not easy to compete with all the great teams that are in the Catholic League. And yet here he is again.
Yep.
Joe back here.
Just two seniors on the roster, Brandon Russell and Mark Anthony Gallagher.
And neither played significant minutes last year.
That's exactly right. But Samaj Stone, a sophomore, Matt Johnson, a junior, Seth Gay, a sophomore. Malik Hughes is a junior. Good job by Brandon Russell, but that's your core right there if you're Archbishop Ryan. I tell you what, this core down just 11 points and getting turnovers. They don't want this to be their last game. Samaj Stone, contact. They play on. C.J. Miller. And they fouled the 50% foul shooter. Still hasn't shot his 20th foul shot on the year. So a low percentage and a low volume. Bonus time the rest of the way for Roman Catholic, and Ryan will be very delicate and careful about who they foul and when. Doesn't look like a 50% foul shooter.
Great rotation on the ball, stepped up, didn't think too much, and knocked it in.
One of two. And you'll take that if you're Archbishop Bryan. But you have to be, when you're coming back, really efficient on this end of the floor. No turnovers. Everything's got to be a good look. You'll take that look. It just spun off the rim. And Gay fouls Sammy Jackson.
Bit of a double whammy there, missing the easy bucket. Not an easy bucket, but a left-handed layup underneath the basket. And then you're fouling a great free throw shooter.
86%.
He's got that length. He looks like a shooter. Schools like Xavier, Syracuse, Butler are all interested in this young man. I know there's others.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm a little bit sick and tired, if I can get on my soapbox, of Villanova missing out on really good Catholic League players. Thomas Sorber is going to be a lottery pick. Jaleel Bethea off to Miami. Sammy Jackson, are they looking at him hard? If not, let's go, Kyle. Come on.
I like the soapbox.
Long-time season ticket holder here. Let's go. Up the floor, C.J. Miller is hammered by Seth Gay. I tell you, our man Seth Gay off the bench can get up. This sophomore is going to be really fun to watch.
He's not backing down, especially when you get all these video cameras going to put something on social media. He's not going to get dunked on. He's also playing with a lot of pride. All the Raiders are at this point. They're fighting back, showing some resilience.
C.J. Miller continues to deliver at the line. Ooh. 2 of 2.
All Cotton.
Wild shot. And I don't know if they called that on the floor or not. Yep, they did. That would have been a heck of an and one then.
That's that slow step Luka move. Laker Luka.
Chris McNesby having a discussion right now about whether that was in the act.
The slow step wasn't around. Long shorts weren't around. The Ginobili wasn't around. The step back wasn't around. I'm not that old, Bob, but there's so many things that have changed in this game.
Since you're a young man?
Since I was a little bit taller, a baller. The three-point shot entered the high school game in 1987. We didn't take a lot of
1 year
three-pointers.
after the college game?
That's right.
Yep.
86. And it wasn't adopted early on by most teams because it was thought of as a bad shot. But it changed the game.
Now what's the worst shot in basketball?
They say the long two.
The long two, put on the line.
Yep. The game has changed. The one thing, my buddy texted me, Paul Sablik, nice high school player, said nobody throws bounce passes anymore. He's one of the throwbacks from the CYO. Bounce pass. It's tougher to defend.
We got a foul, 4th team foul against Roman Catholic. Archbishop Bryan in the mode of extending this basketball game at this point.
You don't want to foul. You don't want to give up easy shots either, though. You got to slip that if they overplay.
Inside they go for Hughes. Foul called against Roman Catholic.
Already a bench warning for Coach McNesby. He can't afford to get another warning, which would result in a technical foul.
Yeah, that bench from Roman Catholic didn't see much there on that replay. Got one more look here. We going straight up there. Didn't really come down. I'm not saying we had the open window necessarily there, Matt. Might not have been a lot there.
Cordial conversation. I love that patience of Sammy Jackson. I see why they have him with the ball out of bounds.
There he goes, Sammy Jackson. He's fouled and will shoot 2. That's the right play at that point if you're Archbishop Ryan. You're in the bonus anyway. Don't let him get it above the rim. 2 shots coming.
Just a note about their father, Mark Jackson. I think he does an excellent job on Sixers post-game, pre-game. Very analytical. Again, I was fortunate to be a teammate of his many years ago in the Sunny Hill League, the Germantown Medics. And once he put his elbows up, everybody get out of the way. Mark has the biggest, strongest elbows I've ever seen.
That's not a good foul there by Tyler Sutton. Chance to score with the clock stopped. Sammy Jackson missed both of his free throws. And Matt, far be it from me, right? But you're the coach here. Would love to see Sammy Jackson get a hair more air on that basketball, a little more arc on that shot. Because the fact that he's shooting it at the clip he is with that type of trajectory, I think that's only going to get better as he gets older and gets a little bit more arc on that thing.
I bet he's working on it. It's one of those things, his habit at this point is this arc. 45 degree is the angle that you most want to see. That's Steph Curry's talk there.
Great pass. Tyler Sutton to Sebastian Edwards. They got an easy one. Nearly a giveaway. Here's Brandon Russell. Samaj Stone. Got to give that one up. Hughes. Russell for 3. They need it. That one wasn't close. Guess who on the glass? Sharif Jackson. And how about that, putting it up on the rim from the sophomore Tyler Sutton. Stay with us post-game, folks. We'll have some post-game interviews. And if it is Roman Catholic, Sharif Jackson's an easy one, right? Who else comes to mind, Matt?
As Tyler Sutton has controlled the game. And I like to hear with Coach McNesby. I hope you're going to have him talk a little bit.
We're going to try. He's always very gracious with his time.
Also an alum of Roman Catholic.
Back for his second stint.
Should have gone to Ryan. He should have gone. He was a feeder school right into Archbishop Ryan.
Back when it was non-choice, right?
Yep, that's correct. Roman, Prep, and LaSalle were the only 3 that you could choose to go to.
I'm just going to put a bookmark on Seth Gay, folks. Seth Gay is a guy to watch out for next year and beyond. He's got that jump. He's got that turbo switch. Little hesitation dribble. Beat the big guy to the rim. Unabashed about having a shot blocker at his back hip. He's been fun to watch.
He's only going to get better with more experience, being under the tutelage of Joe Zaglinski. Joe's younger brother, Sammy, is on the bench, played at UVA, was a Cavalier, an outstanding player at the William Penn Charter School. 1,000-point scorer, ranks top 5 all-time in UVA basketball, 3-point made. Incredible career he had.
How about that?
Joe played at Hartford for Dan Leibowitz and John Gallagher, as did the oldest brother, Zach. So basketball family personified.
Sutton fouled. Sutton to the line for 2. They were desperately trying to foul C.J. Miller there, but he got the ball out of his hands like a hot potato there, Matt.
And Sutton, if you want to pad your stats, you want to hold the ball late in the game, especially if you're a good free throw shooter. Tyler's a very good free throw shooter. You want to get it out of your hands of the guys who don't want to go to the line at this point in the game. Still a 10-point game.
Short on the first one.
There's only 2 guys in the lane there. That sometimes throws you off.
1 of 2. 11-point lead for Roman Catholic. They can feel it now. 1 miss, and you feel like this thing is heading to the palestra for Roman Catholic. It's a really good look, though. That 3 is good, and we play on. Nearly got a steal. Jackson up the floor. Tyler Sutton pulls it back like a seasoned vet. 30 seconds left.
On a play like that, instead of the free throws, when your teammate is wide open underneath the basket, I'll take the 2 points there as a coach. I'd rather the layup. Now, you don't have to throw a lob dunk. Maybe at the palestra you do at the end, but I don't think you need to do that. But I wouldn't hold it there when it's 2-on-1.
Timeout on the floor. Joe Zaglinski starting to empty that bench. What a year for Archbishop, Ryan. You think about from whence they came. Think about this game last year and the classic that it was in the Catholic League final. And how many seniors? 9 seniors on that team for Archbishop Ryan last year. There's not one player on the floor right now that was a regular contributor on that team. Closest to it was Brandon Russell last year. 2nd or 3rd guy off the bench. I guess Matt Johnson at times started, so I might be overstating my hand there a little bit. But those top 4 or 5 guys for Archbishop Ryan, all are playing at the next level. And yet they came back, they made the playoffs, Matt, and they won a game on the road. One of the best atmospheres we've been to all year. It's a heck of a year for Joe and his club.
And one thing that Joe Sinai and I were talking earlier today about is how well Joe Zaglinski improves his team, develops his team over the course of the year. Teams that get better, they come together, they gel together, and that's a great sign of culture, of buying into philosophy. He has talent, but talent without experience. They're going to be better, and they're going to be a tough out even next year.
That one's good for Stone. Time continues to run here after made baskets inside a minute. Sammy Jackson is fouled.
And for the younger players at home, Sammy is the son of a coach, has played a lot of AAU and competitive basketball. In his head, he's counting just like the referee is. He knows when he's getting to the 4-second mark, and then he knows he has to get rid of the ball. There's no panic when he's being pressured with the ball out of bounds. That's why Coach McNesby entrusts him with the ball.
So it's going to look a little bit different at the Palestra this year without Newman Goretti. First time since 2018 that the Saints have not advanced to the Palestra. I tell you, we're talking about the Catholic League here. Roman Catholic and Newman Goretti missing the Palestra, that might just be heresy. And we're not going to get it this year because Roman Catholic is right back to the Palestra. They will play Devon Prep for a chance to go to the final. Your Final Four is set in the vaunted Catholic League at the greatest venue in basketball, the Palestra. Roman Catholic, Devon Prep, St. Joe's Prep, and Father Judge. What a matchup it'll be. Stay with us, folks. I'll have some post-game interviews right after this. Chris McNesby is with us here. Death, Taxes, and Roman Catholic at the Palestra. How's it feel?
Yeah, it feels good. Different group a little bit. Obviously Sharif and Sammy have been core guys, so they're back. But we got some guys that are still growing, and I'm excited to be back at the Palestra. And what a great league! What a war this year for everyone. So many great teams. So lucky to be back, and we're going to try to play our best.
What type of challenges did Archbishop Ryan present here tonight? Joe Zaglinski coaching them up, but what did they bring?
Joe's, one of the best coaches in the league, and he always has his guys ready, and he always presents challenges. They play such a good style, and he gets the most out of every one of his guys every year. So he knew that was going to be tough. So
Tyler Sutton seemed to control things off the bounce.
Yeah.
Sharif Jackson controlled things on the glass. Did you see it the way we did?
Yeah. I mean, Sharif is, he's a generational player for Roman. Like guys like that don't come around often where they just rebound everything and they're so strong around the basket. And Tyler is so talented, and he's a growing point guard and so fun to be around, and I'm lucky to coach him.
Going back to the Palestra, you talked a little bit about the differences in this group. So what will the next couple of days look like as you prepare some of the new guys for what the experience will be?
Yeah, I mean, everyone down there, every team, assuming Devin won, I guess. So if that's what we get, like all these teams, they want this opportunity, and they want a bite of the apple, right? So we've been there, and it's about who's hungry, right? And we got to make sure we're right there with it, which I think we will be.
Congratulations on the win. We'll see if we can grab Sharif and Tyler. Thanks for this. Chris McNesby with us. Matt Paul, send it back to you. We'll get Sharif and Tyler in just a minute.
Great win for the Cahillites. Just a business trip here for Coach McNesby. You could hear it in his post-game talk. He expected to win. I expect him to have his team prepared. It's almost like they, have real estate at the Palestra. They know, what it takes to get there. They know how long the season is. They know how many guys they need to play. They know how many minutes each guy can play each game. A couple games Sammy didn't play, and yet they still were able to perform. The guard play, really impressive. Tyler Sutton, I see why he's so highly touted across the nation. His pace of play is, in this league, it's as good as anybody's. And as a sophomore, he's a really high performer for Roman Catholic. The big guys, it's really tough to stop Sharif Jackson. You get the ball to him at the block, he's going to score the ball. Sammy, he can score inside, he can score outside. Looks nonchalant at times, but he can get you 15 to 18 points pretty easily. Second leading scorer on the team. And then the complimentary guys, Sebastian Edwards knocking down shots. C.J. Miller knocking down shots. Dwayne Ruffin came in, played defense, turned them over. They just have a lot of weapons, and every year they seem to reload at Roman Catholic.
Heck of a game. Great venue for it. Matt, how about our doubleheader, buddy? That was fun.
What a day. What a day. Congratulations to St. Joe Prep. Jason Harrigan developed that program. Didn't win right away and got guys to buy in. They had a convincing win at home versus Archbishop Wood. Played very well. Guard play, they don't have a true post guy. Guard play just sealed it for them. They were able to get layups. They were able to get inside pretty easily. And they were able to keep Archbishop Wood to just 51 points, which is hard to do. So credit, hats off to St. Joe Prep to see them at the Palestra. It's going to be really exciting for all the alumni.
And if they get to the final, they'll have earned it because they beat Archbishop Wood today, a team that took them to overtime, and they'll have to beat Father Judge, a team that beat them in the regular season. So you talk about the road to get there for St. Joe's Prep, it doesn't get much more difficult. And then who knows, either Devon Prep or Roman Catholic awaiting the winner. That game, Devon Prep, Roman Catholic, that was a double overtime game in the regular season played right here. And that went to the wire, of course. Roman Catholic won that one. So you pick your poison here at the Palestra. couple games maybe got away from the underdogs here tonight. There are no underdogs at the Palestra on Wednesday the 19th.
So Father Judge has the experience of last year, so I think that's a huge advantage. Roman has been there every year for the past 5 or 6 years and just believes that that's the end goal. Devon Prep, this will be their first time at the Palestra where they didn't have to pay to get in. And, of course, St. Joe Prep, to see them get back there with the proud tradition, I'm really excited to see their fans show out and see the packed house, the corners being filled.
Corners, baby. Yes, sir.
At the Cathedral of Basketball.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know that we're going to get those guys. I think they are enjoying their win, and rightfully so. Quarterfinal matchup. They're going back to the Palestra. No surprise. Roman Catholic, a winner here tonight over Archbishop Bryan. We'll see you on Wednesday night at the Palestra, everyone. For Frank Gilbert, for Matt Paul, Bob Long, saying so long from Holy Family University. Thanks for being with us here tonight.